choose one particular direction, note the separation, and head that way until the game gets boring. Or actually, we'll talk more about that later, because I have just made a declaration in the marathon, which I don't remember if it's in the clip show or not. Anyway, let's just get back to the basic rules. We primarily head south. And right now, we need our friend Mr. Boat. And we hit the block, and we're not reacting. There we go. I have a feeling the world actually does need to be purged. Anyway, we primarily head south, which is, get out of the way, that way. We can head east, stutter, or west, but unless it helps, we don't head backwards. So, with that being said, we gotta also show you how far we have got. And with the marathon, we are now at 334,459. Yeah, right, exactly right there. Here we go. And our timer for 60 minutes is set. And the adventure starts now. And that was the horse that we ended with. Unfortunately, you can't go across oceans. So, it used to be that I said we're going to keep going till this was boring or the game becomes no longer part of pop culture or both. But during the marathon, I have made a declaration which also, until I get recognition for this in the Minecraft community, which I highly doubt because big stutter, I am entirely I'm not at all popular. I'm very obscure. Is stutter. We have made the declaration that this is now official, that this is now a run to the border. It was it was a nice little caveat if we got there, but now we've made it official. So, the reason I say that it's probably never going to be in the mainstream public is stutter. That far more popular people, well, one particular person by the name of Kurt J. Mack and his Firelands Are Bust, which I love and watch every day if time and resources allow. Apparently he's known in the video game world for doing what is the toughest objective in video game history, and going 12 million blocks, well, 12,500,000+ blocks to reach Swiss cheese lands in the old 1.7.3 beta. You bet that is a massive challenge, and not taking anything away from that. However, when I declared that this is a run to the border, that is me running to 30 million blocks out, which is 2.5 times the distance, which technically no longer makes Firelands Are Bust the toughest objective in video game history. Probably the toughest one that can be that's likely going to get accomplished. And no, I am not taking anything away from Kurt, because like I said, I love watching his show. I love to see him make it there, and I wish him all the best, especially with his charity, because he's doing it for charity. I'm doing this for kicks. There's other people's, yeah. True that it's plural, but not in that sense. Is that there are other people doing this as well, nowhere near as far as him. Yeah, there's nowhere to go without falling. So we keep heading south. we now have Stutter, the official toughest what if I understand he's in the Guinness records, I think, for this objective of reaching the Firelands. So for the very few of you that watch this show, you now know that by 2.5 times the amount, this is now the toughest objective. However, he doesn't have the luxuries we have. That is, he doesn't have the ability to run. He doesn't have boats that go as fast as these do. He doesn't have horses. And on rare occasions, because it has happened in just one episode, Ender Pearl part of the way. So yes, that actually has happened at one point, if you haven't seen that particular episode. Stutter. I was out late enough that an Enderman spawned, and I attacked it after I slept the day off. Also, if you haven't seen the marathon, the computer did not like doing it. Every time I started the game, yes, I started it more than once, between every 20 to 40 minutes, the game would seize up. Sometimes to the point that it was unrecoverable. Other times, Other times, it would work itself out mostly. Sometimes, like I think maybe twice, it actually fully recovered. But most of the time, the game was pretty crippled to a degree. I'm thinking, knock on wood. Let me do that. There we go, knock on wood. That the problem was that, although I had the 1.8 Java, I, for poops and giggles, decided to download it again because, who knows, maybe it corrupted or something. Found out that the 1.8 version I had was not the latest 1.8 version, and there were security issues, so maybe that was it. Because after I did the marathon, I was doing prep work on Amped, and within 20 minutes, no recording, nothing running in the background, no streaming, that seized up. And that's when I believe I have fixed the problem. Now, the only thing that's different about Amped is, even when the game was running perfectly fine, the game would seize up. I mean, it's something that it always did in Amplified, especially in longer... Oh, look, another ice biome. These are supposed to be pretty rare, yet I'm finding them quite often. Might even sleep in one. Wouldn't that be cool? And of course, I'm only doing the run and jump thing on ice because that actually... Big stutter. That actually does work with generating distance. But I don't use it because it totally sucks up your energy. We can actually get further just plain running. Well, looks like we might not be sleeping in here, or maybe we can just force that issue. And... I don't know. Oh, we made the jump. Yeah, it looks like we're not going to be sleeping in there, which, yeah, it would be great, but on the plus side, we're going that much further along. I am thinking that next time I do a marathon, make sure I have the latest and greatest version of Java. And maybe next time it'll not seize up every 20, 30, 40 minutes. I mean, that just totally... I mean, it almost completely ruined the whole marathon. And it got brighter all of a sudden. As you can see, I'm kind of stretching it a little bit. Yeah, I think it might be time to call it good. Because here come some zombies. Because I stretched it a little too far. Place the bed. Oh, apparently you only need one clear spot. Here comes a zombie. Hi, zombie. You get to play a game called Die. Yay, death. Alright. Next day. And yes, it's a nice day. And I got the windows open. And you might hear a little... Ooh, creeper. Creeper go boom. Creeper died. Yeah, I kind of let that one go a little far. But, hey. More distance. Always better as I yell so I don't get copyright problems. I don't know what it is with, I'm not mentioning what or whom, but a certain group of people. And them thinking that they always want everybody to hear their music. I'm not stating what. Because I don't want to bring certain issues into this, but the only reason I bring it up is because it's almost always one certain group that it's a problem with. And of course, it happens with everyone. But almost always a certain group. But like I said, I'm not going to state whom or what. And those that in the comments decide to try and single out which particular group or say anything bad about them, because I'm not saying anything bad, I'm just saying it seems this particular thing happens with this particular group. Anyway, those kind of comments, they're not going to see a lot of daylight. And that was a big fail. Oh well. Alrighty, so yeah, I just had a I kind of blacked out there for a moment. Trying to figure out, hey, what else can we talk about while we go on this adventure? This is not a marathon, so should be able to come up with something to say for an hour. Or most of the hour. Well, I got nothing really. Although now I actually thought of something because I was reflecting on, I think it was the last regular show that I did, I believe, is I have found a chest which had obsidian in it and I just ignored it. And I was thinking that it might be a little bit of a gamble. Another ice spike biome. Anyway, it might be a bit of a gamble, but I'm thinking that if I got 20 pieces, and built a portal to the Nether, I can probably make a path that is much further out. Because for every block you travel there is 8 in the overworld. But it comes with the price that whatever spot we're at here in the overworld is divided by 8, and that's where we spawn in the Nether. So it's kind of a risk. Because if the world doesn't go far enough, then we might respawn further back than where we started. So I'm not sure if it's worth attempting or not. It worked that time. So it's a very nice day. You get to hear the breeze and blowing out there. And not quite yet. So, alright, now we can. I don't wait till the instant it drops to 4 drumsticks. I wait a little bit because there is a period in which you can travel before the next tick is removed from the food bar, being half drumstick. I try to go almost that much, so just before it goes to 4.5, and we got a plane finally. And let's just check here. We got very little stutter. Sheep. Got very little wool, so we're going after the sheep wool. Lots of flowers. And I'm only going after the white wool because I don't want to do a mix and match game. Too late. I don't want to do mix and match. I want to be able to grab a ton of wool and make a horizontal line for the beds. Let's see here. We're kind of okay. Keep going. Kind of okay. Just go a little more. It's not gonna hurt. That was poorly timed. And you get to hear my neighbor's dogs bark because that's what they like to do. Alright, just grab a little wood here. I think, where did it go? Right there. Alright, we're good enough for now. We'll go a little backwards to get the wool here and here. And we're going to go more this way because it goes from a good biome to what I call a question mark biome because we don't know if it's going to be good or bad. And that's a forest. So now, as I've said before, and I'm not trying to be braggish or anything about it, but I'm just stating a fact that you are now watching the show, from what I understand, that now has the toughest objective in video games. And I'm not sneezing at anyone trying to go to the Farlands at 12.5 million, because that's a massive objective. With the help of the modern day stuff, we're going for 30 million. Because 12 million is nothing. At least in the modern day game. It just looks and sounds and feels just like anything else. So now we got neighbors blasting their stuff. Well, it's mostly speech, so shouldn't have a problem with that. The only problem I'm having right now is trying to move forward, because that just suddenly became a challenge. There we go. So now, okay, come on. Now we're in a winter-ish kind of biome. Yeah, we no longer have horses or wolves. Just stunk the very end of the marathon. The world came to an end, and we had ocean. So, And of course we do the 5 seconds of coal thing. 10 seconds of coal. So when we see a village and they want to trade coal, we'll have plenty of coal to do that and do what we need. And I don't think that was exactly 10 seconds, but good enough. Yeah, you might hear a little bit from my extremely noisy neighbors that think that it's okay to just blare their stuff. You said I don't think it's clear. You might hear some of the higher volume stuff, but oh boy. Well, whatever this is, land or island, we're gonna have to stop and stutter. So another day. We gotta stop and make beds anyway. Well, it looks like it might be land. So I'm gonna stop here, make some beds, plop a bed down. Right about there, maybe. Hopefully the boat survives. Come on, a little further, a little further, a little further. Okay, come on. Yeah, I'm wondering if the version of Java was primarily the problem, because now it seems when I want to pick up the boat, it's picking it up, no problem. This isn't screwing around. I mean, yeah, we're getting stutters, which is normal. There we go. Now we're good for the day. Next day, whatever. You kind of get what I'm going with. All right, sun's rising that way. And run. It's getting hot in here. I think it's time to pull out my friend Mr. Air Conditioner. Although it's not during this episode, because, well, I started, and when I start, unless something interrupts, something of importance, whether somebody's at the door, the phone rings, I keep this running at all times. And it looks like we're going to have to play boat again. Alright, let's boat. Yeah, this way's faster, so let's just go this way. And then we'll head right to try and... You know what? I don't know what we're going to come to, so maybe this may be good enough. Got the question mark biome here. Which, then again, ocean is anything. Stutter. Yeah, these stutters, I mean, that's normal. The problem was that it would get to a point that it would stutter and then just go into seizures. Okay, we're not interested in islands. We got quite a ways to go. So, let's see something of use pop up, hopefully. Oh, I see an ocean monument, and we know we don't want to be anywhere near those. Let them zap all the octopi in the ocean, not people trying to reach a nearly impossible task. Stutter. Further up, I don't know if that's land or island. Looks like it's an island, because things have spawned. Well, maybe not. I don't like how close I have to get, though, to find out. I don't want to get too close. Yeah, there's zapping octopi. Okay, this looks like it's land. Legitimate land. Awesome. Now. Okay. We got that far. So, Savannah. Will we have anything? Of course, we take the hills, even though it takes more energy, simply because we can see what's ahead, or maybe not. Maybe it just lets us see what's further up. Oh, this wasn't I. Oh, no, it isn't. I see desert after this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Close. I don't see anything of use. Alright, keep on trucking. Alright, we keep going forward. This forward is good. Anyway. That was me slamming my foot into the ground. Because it's getting ridiculously loud. I only did it once. I should have just went downstairs, but yeah, this just wound up being a so I'm sure I'm gonna get a call from the landlord because they just don't want to come up here and say what the hell was that. So I did that before. They were up front in my living room. They were blasting their TV so loud I literally could not hear it. So I went to the center of the floor, where of course, you know, where the structural integrity is the weakest, and I just stomped. I literally jumped and slammed my feet into the floor 3 times so they could hear it. Might have been a little overdone, but it seemed that when I did just the, you know, the 3, you know, pound the ground 3 times, you know, within reason, nothing would happen. And then I got a call from the landlord. So apparently they just don't want to deal with anything. In actuality, the people aren't really all that bad. They just get too loud every now and then, and that is an issue when you're trying to sleep, or in the case of YouTube, trying to do copyrighted stuff. Temple. That might be too close. Well, it lives. Alright, let's go to the temple. Let's see what's there. Yeah, funny thing is, I've watched Firelands or Bust and Quest to the Firelands from Old World Gamer. And they both find the dungeons that are buried in the desert. I mean, it's a very obvious thing. It's a rectangle that's very even. I have not found any. I'm horrible at finding that stuff. Really, really bad at it. Hopefully nothing's gonna come up from behind and surprise me at this point. Okay, that's sand. I don't want to deal with that. If I remember this, coming out like this tends to work, and it did. Because then I can use this chest as a step. Alright, let's see what we get here. Yes. Yeah, we're getting low enough. Let's... Yes to that. No to that. Forgot to dump this stuff. Yes to that. Normally, good. Not now. And yes. So there's a skeleton up there. We need to be prepared. Hi. You're not the first one to die today. Alright. We'll look up at the sky, just to be sure we're heading the right way, even though I was positive I am. I'm going to do diagonal running, because that's supposedly the fastest way to move. Although, that can be debated. So, wow, 30 million. That is a very tall order. So I plan on trying to do a marathon again, and while yes, this game stutters and I see it lagging when I try to open chests or what have not, the actual performance is holding tough. So I'm not having problems there. I'm hoping it was just that Java that was needed was out of date, because it just happened to have been when I started the marathon that Minecraft updated to 1.8.6. So it might have needed a newer version, which I thought I had, but apparently didn't. I hope, because ever since then, I haven't had any problems with my Minecraft, even when streaming, although I haven't done marathons. But then again, it started literally 20 minutes into the marathon. And I haven't had any issues, except for Amplified Worlds, where every now and then, even when the game was running fine, it would seize up. So, I mean, yeah, you know, things just happen at times. But that wasn't things just happening. Something was definitely a little bit on the wrong side. So, yeah, I'm seeing absolutely nothing of use here. I have also got to a point, almost, that I'm thinking I might do it, is I'm not sure. I mean, it's getting quite a bit warm, and recording one way is kind of a challenge because I have to do it in a larger space, because the computer I use, while usually I get a halfway decent frame rate from it, it literally is just maxing out the resources that it has. So anyway, if I run anything else, the computer pretty much seizes up, because there's literally no resources left to do anything other than Minecraft and what few things that are running in the background. There's hardly any memory left for anything else. So now we are getting to a point where we can plop down a bed and call it good again. And depending on how far we go... Alright, now we're pressing our luck here. So now, depending on how far we go, depends on how the last moments of the show will go. Is usually there's a little bit of time left in the day, so when the timer hits 0, that we just finish out the rest of the day and pretty much call it good. On rare occasions, there's like only 1 or 2 minutes left, and we just end it right then and there. And I'll just take care of... Okay, no, not what I wanted there. Yep, forward. Take care of business, and then try and wait the day out there where I end it, sleep it off, and then immediately get into position and stop the game, so we start with pretty much a fresh day. Alright, bed here, boat here. Actually, we didn't need to do that. Let's just get up to full speed again. There we go. So we have a little momentum to do that and do this. So, I'm getting to a point to do a new episode of not One Way, we're doing that now, of Slowville. Because I've done enough now that we've got an objective that I'm going to try and do on camera. And by on camera, I literally mean on camera, because like I said, this computer is just barely able to run Minecraft and anything else that's in the background, which I minimalize to a degree to a degree that I can. And even when I've inadvertently hit the live broadcast button, and the frame rate, no matter what I'm doing, goes to like 4 frames a second, which is pretty unplayable. So getting to the point, I hook the computer up to a projector, project it onto a white piece of cardboard, and then aim a camcorder at the projected image. Kind of cheesy, but that's how we get it to work. And do so without it really, hampering the gameplay that much. Stutter. It's a little tricky setting up the camera, because if I set the exposure or the iris too high or too low, either things get washed out, stutter, or you get the dreaded rainbow wheel, which is easy to produce on first generation DLP projectors, which is stutter, the kind of projector I have. And now we're gonna start seizing up. Well, it looked like things were okay, but now it looks like things are turning to crap. Makes me wonder if something has happened to Minecraft, because I have not had this issue till 1.8.6 came to be. Actually, no, it was 1.8.5 that came to be. 1.8.6 was to fix things that supposedly was okay, but needed some more security changes. Well, looks like the game is actually kind of broken, because I think you can kind of see now it's really struggling to try to keep on moving. I'm wondering if the world will need to be purged. I might have to try that and see if that actually fixes it, because this is getting ridiculous now. And it looks like we have come to a dead stop. Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay, we gotta keep moving. It's just barely handling things right now. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, I'm wondering if the world has just got too big. And the world needs purging. Come on. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. This is really hurting my forward progress, by the way. Suddenly, we just slam into the coast. Okay, we kind of need to do something right now. Seriously. This is getting ridiculous. Yep, let's just make it to the corner. That's all you gotta do. Stop the timer. Stop the game. Yes, I hit escape. That means we stop. We'll come back when we sort this crap out. Alright, we're back, and I found out how to clear the cache for Java. That's something else I should try doing next time. Not sure if that's the cause. I also, just to be safe, I purged the world yet again, being, hey, I got nothing on me anyway. But anything on my person is fine. Unfortunately, we gotta be really careful, because every single bed from the last purge to now is all gone. So if we die, the game is pretty much, this whole show is pretty much ruined. So, back to game. And start the timer. And we went a little further because, well, we got ripped off anyway. So we gotta be very careful until the sun sets, which we got half the day still. Alright, I got swamp over here, forest over there. Question mark biomes all around. So if I do my next marathon, that's something I definitely should think of doing, just to eliminate a potential reason. So yes, what I was hoping I could put off, I just wanted to be sure that everything will be fine. So just to be on the safe side, this world just recently was purged. It was like almost 2.5 gigabytes in size, and before I started moving again, it's down to 52 megabytes. And of course, I back everything up before the purge, so if it were unable to work, I still have the original stutter. I still have the original world where everything was indeed functioning. So I think, like I said, the only thing that seems to be affected is anything that is not on my person is gone. So we don't want to die. Although if we did, like I said, I got the backup worlds. And be trying again. Yeah, so of course now we're going to throw in... we're going to start throwing in crap that's really hard to do now. Yeah, we kind of don't need that, at least for another 5 minutes. For another 5 minutes, we kind of need free and clear. So we'll be good. And everything will be good, and everybody will be happy. And we can keep on going. Yeah, I'm hoping that's all it was. Because it's just ridiculous that this is happening all the time now. I'm just hoping it was all that. Either the Java cache was just full, or that maybe the size of the world at 2 gigs did make a difference, and it's causing problems. I don't know. I'm just hoping that everything goes fine from this point. I was thinking of boating, but if the world keeps going this way, even if it is a little bit broken up, I think we should be fine. And then we get this long stretch. I see planes over there. Too short there. Sun's starting to set. Stutter. Big lateral movements here. Jumping across lily pads to try to get there a little faster. We really need to make this happen. I hate these really slow progressible moments here. Okay, can't go any faster. The sun's starting to set. We're gonna be okay. And that was not good. Okay. Alright, looks like the planes start around here. So that's where we will go. Like I said, I'm not going to press my luck. When it gets dark enough to sleep, we're just gonna do it. Not gonna stretch it out. In fact, I think it might be dark enough right about now. So at the top of this hill, plop down the bed. Plop down the bed. Sleep. Or maybe not. Eat a little bit. Half drumstick short there. There we go. Now we can back this world up and we'll be fine. I always back them up after I'm done playing anyway. I do have some stuff planned for School of Hard Knocks, which has been in line for quite a while and nothing's been done. We're just getting to the point that we've pretty much done everything. So what's the point of continuing? So I'm waiting for 1.9 where there's going to be some promising new things like new dungeons that are more than just a hole in the ground. Okay, there's nothing there. Winter over here. So we're good again. Okay, movement. Oh, planes keep going this way. Noticing total lack of southern movement in order to make any progression, as I try to say. Alright, let's take a look over here, see if a village might exist. We're not going to stray too far because I see a desert. Which, more stuff like that tends to happen in a desert than it does in a plain, which is kind of odd. Okay, I don't see anything over there. So we go this way. For a minute, as soon as I was finished talking about it, and I actually found one. It's just, again, terrain generation and the way it was happening. $30 million! Well, that's going to be hard. And I do one of these once a week. That's not really a lot. I might, if time and energy allows, I'll be doing it more often just so we can make it the possible dream. Because right now, from what I understand, at the current rate that Kurt J. Mack does Firelands or Bust, he's got another he's got another 16 years to play it. And he uploads like 2-3 videos a week. On the plus side, I play for an hour at a pop, and he does 3 days and comes out to roughly 30 to 40 minutes, depending on how much he stretches out a day in his gameplay. Sometimes he sleeps right away when it gets dark enough. Sometimes he stretches it out. Old World Gamer also is doing the same thing he is, Quest to the Firelands, and he follows the same playing, the way he plays it the same way he does, is that, 3 Minecraft days and possibly stretching it out a little bit more if instances allow. And I kind of do the same thing here. If I can stretch it a little bit longer, just to get that much further along, good. But like I said, I get the advantages of running, horses, boats that move a lot faster, villages, temples. And we've only found one lousy temple today so far. Not thrilling. Been through about 47 minutes of gameplay and nothing. And so there's a couple of things I should think about next time I do the marathon is, if it's safe to do so, purge the world, dump the Java folder just before starting, I'm not sure yet. Oh boy, roof forest. We know how much we love that. Speaking of, let's just move that down, move that down. We have 2 dirt blocks left. Now if we can get onto a tree, that would make things very efficient. It's like it knew what I wanted. There we go. Much safer and much faster to just be on top. Very hard to do, though. Especially when you jump blindly like I just did and you don't know what's coming up. Alright, let's just take a look at the world here. Yeah, it doesn't look all that interesting, so... Oh, ooh, we made it. I didn't think we would. Boat time. Alright, question mark there. Question mark there. We need to make up some distance from the seizure we had. I'm hoping that's all the stuff that it is, but knowing my luck, it's something I can't fix or don't know how to fix, and it's a problem that'll never go away. And that'll make marathons suck. As much as I enjoyed the concept and doing it, I did not enjoy how it went. I really would like to do a marathon again. Because when it's working, it's not that bad. And when it gets towards the end of the run, which is from noon to midnight, when it gets near the end, it's kind of, what am I doing now, man? As the old joke goes, and I kind of sort of made it my own on Facebook, is how a cashier at a convenience store is giving a person a hard time because... Hold on here, I got a sneeze coming. I'm gonna edit that out. Or maybe not. Well, if it comes, I'll edit it out. Anyway, there is a joke where... Stutter. He's buying... like a bag of Doritos, and we got no choice. We gotta be close. Bag of Doritos and Mountain Dew. And the cashier was asking him if you... What, are you planning to get high? Because that's the thing a lot of stoners do. And the guy said, nope, I'm just gonna be playing a lot of Minecraft. It's not exactly how the joke went, but okay, I disembarked and yeah. That's a little better. I'm having a feeling that this problem's not going to be something... Hey, that's interesting. Apparently it's broken. Or it's over here somewhere, and I'm not going to go spend a lot of time finding. Alright, winter again. Yay. Lots of climbing, which impedes progress. Lots of big downhills, which impedes progress. Although I like how this particular part of winter looks. These are neat to look at. Just not as fun trying to get around, though. Winter over there. Don't want that. Sun's starting to set. Means another bed to lay down in. Okay, we got 7 minutes left, so what I'm gonna do is I'll try to make this in... Okay. Really? Oh, it did that time. Alright, let's make more beds. Place it. Yeah, place it. 1, 2, give me 3. Give me that. Split, split. Boat, boat. Gimme. Cut. And sleep. There, we're all prepared. Now, with the amount of time that's left, 6 and change, like a little under 7 minutes. Okay, we're going the right way. We will keep going. We'll end this Minecraft day when the timer... Well, should I say, when the timer goes off, we'll just continue till this particular Minecraft day is over and done with. And there's going to be like, a little over 3 minutes of overtime. So this is it. As I like to say is, I want to make at least 10,000 blocks progress each day. If we die, which has happened 3 times, last time happened right in the marathon, I was tree jumping like I did in that roofed forest. In fact, it was on a roofed forest, and it suddenly ended over a pit of lava, and well, that's where we landed. I had, with the exception of the leggings, everything is diamond armor. So I thought, okay, it'll protect me enough that I'll get out, and I'll burn for a few seconds, and I'll be good. Yeah, I was able to get out, but not soon enough. And died. I did get everything back, so I mean, that's good. I no longer have all of the, Yep. Okay, you want to stutter? I'm not gonna wait. Just grabbing a little more because I can. And there's a plane. But it splits. I hate when they split. Well, whatever's over there can stay. No, looks like it wasn't much. So I was going to say, whatever's over there can stay over there. We need to make more forward progress on the what is now the toughest adventure, the toughest objective in video games. Getting to the Firelands in the old game, like I said, massive challenge, but it's, and I use bunny quotes here, only 12.5 million blocks out. We are going for 30 million in what people now refer to as the Firelands, even though it's technically not Firelandy. And I don't have any wheat, so we're gonna have to skip the horse, because we'd make more progress just on moving and not dealing with trying to get them trained. We need villages. That's where we steal the wheat from. We have not seen a single village in this episode. Well, there are just times that pretty much nothing happens. And we at least did have a temple. So, I mean, we got to see something. But I know of at least one episode we've had where we literally just ran and saw absolutely nothing. Ever. So you can do more diagonal running, because that helps us get a little further in 2 different directions instead of just one orientation. I thought I was going to say it, didn't you? If you remember Paul Soares Jr., you know that guy that used to do Minecraft videos? Yeah, he doesn't like to swear in his videos, which of course, stutter. Great idea. I think I've accidentally F-bombed once or something like that. I've edited it out anyway. I did swear once in one of these. Anyway, on top of that, I think he decided to quote-unquote swear because he now will say the filthy, makes the F word look kind of tame, 1D. Which I say, single orientation, single direction, one orientation. I do not say 1D. A couple of times I have, and I was thankful that YouTube did not decide to pull the plug on my channel for saying that very, very ultra vulgar thing. So, yeah, I think the count is I've accidentally said it twice since it's been considered vulgar by former Minecraft player Paul Soares Jr. I think we could safely say former. Although if he ever decides to play the game of meter blocks, I would definitely like to see that again. Although I only watched specific things. And speaking of specific things, and there's the timer. Shut off. We got about 3 minutes of daylight left anyway. Is like a lot of Minecraft things like Firelands or Bust or Quest to the Firelands, or some of the videos that Paul Soares posts, I actually search the terms Firelands or Bust or Quest to the Firelands, because usually that's how I get the Quest to the Firelands, by searching that. Or Paul Soares Jr., I'll go to his channel. I'm not actually subscribed to those channels because I don't have a lot of time to give subscribers their love. In fact, if you ever look at my subscription list, it's only like, there's only like 30 channels on it. So I just don't have time to sub to people. So if it's for gaming or what have not, and I'm not subbed to your channel, don't be offended. If there's something you're doing that I like, I do search it out. Like Firelands or Bust, or from Kurt J. Mack, or Quest to the Firelands by Old World Gamer. I search them out. I look for those. I try to make sure that unless time doesn't allow it, that I see those. And the DVD player was called up for some odd unknown reason. And that made me think I saw a village. I didn't. It's almost time to call this episode quits. So during the marathon, in spite of all the seizures, we actually did manage to get a little over 100,000 blocks of travel. Now, if the stupid thing just kept running and not seizing up, then we probably could have got a little further. I almost said gotten, because I don't think that's a word. I'm not sure. It doesn't sound good anyway. Not that I am the master of the English language. Not by any means. Although, like I've said before, I got D minuses in English pretty much. The only times I didn't was when I got credit for the work that I did. I just could not get it. Even grammar's not perfect, but for the most part, it's fairly accurate. I speak properly for the most part. I mean, everybody's not perfect. And I've always said that what I got for D minuses when I was in high school, for the same quality of work, and I use that term very loosely, you'd probably make the honors list today. For what would pass as D minus in my times. And my parents could say the same thing about what passes for us way back in the Gen X years of the high school careers versus life in the 50s or 60s. And you know how it is when parents say, things are not the way they were when we were kids. And you would swear you would never be like that, and wouldn't you know it? I'm like, when we were kids, we repeat what our parents have done, or mirror them to some extent. Whether you like it or not, it's gonna happen. And that's the end of this episode of One Way. And per usual, we go to the headboard here, or lack thereof, and hit good old F3. I'm surprised we got that far with considering the spikes, the problems we have. Okay, we're too far away there. Okay. That's how it works. 0.5 is in the middle. I would figure that, it actually makes sense. Enough stalling. 348,087. Not bad. Fairly good. A lot of open areas can help too. So that's this episode of One Way, and we'll take off the good old F3. World's purged. Things seem to have ran alright, but it ran for less than half the time, so who knows. George F551 says, hope you enjoyed, and have a good one.